Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today is the continuation of part 1 about weight loss and dieting. We'll talk about my experience with the topic and hopefully you'll learn something with it. I'll talk over a footage that I took a few days ago in Astana. Hopefully everything's gonna be good for you. Let's go. In this segment, I will try to give some tips and tricks that I learned through my own experience. They might not be the best ones, but it's what I learned the hard way. This video is definitely for beginners and not advanced users or professionals. Definitely not. As you may have recalled from my previous videos, I started my weight loss journey a few months ago because I've reached an overwhelming weight of 150 kilograms. And so far, I've lost almost 30 kilograms by doing few simple things. In today's video, I want to share why exercising is important, its health benefits, energy boost it gives, and the mental clarity that you experience while being active. This video is for people like me, total beginners that have no prior experience or having trouble starting or don't know how to get things going or having trouble with consistency. One of the most important things I learned in my journey in general, not only in weight loss and exercising, is to define a goal. When you have a clear goal, you can set up objectives and try to stick to them in a much better way. Can be anything: weight loss, fat loss, gaining muscle, gaining endurance, being able to run a certain distance in a certain time, or just simply staying active. Each person has their own objective and they should stick to what they really want, because if they want it, motivation will follow suit pretty easily. I also learned to set realistic and measurable goals. Example, I said by the end of the year I want to reach my ideal weight of 90 kilograms. When you set a goal like that, it's realistic, it's not too far-fetched. It will require efforts and work for sure, but at least you can segment your year and make a strict and clear program to reach that objective. It's also very important to track your progress through an app or a journal or anything. What matters is to have a clear understanding of where you are, where you were, and where you are going. If you don't track your progress, you might beat up on yourself if you don't reach your objectives fast enough. But looking back, you will see that you came from a long way, and it's really worth it. Personally, it helped me a lot to track the evolution of my weight. Sometimes there is a week where you don't lose much and you might feel down, but when you put it into perspective and you see how much you lost in 2 or 3 months prior to that, you feel good again and you tell yourself, I've been doing good, it's not that bad, let's keep going. When it comes to exercising, you also have to choose the right workout for you. For me, doing high intensity and high impact exercises was not necessarily a good idea. With the prior injuries to my knee and ankles, I couldn't do a lot of running. So I focused on doing rowing and cycling in the gym and avoiding any injuries that could affect me on the long run. You also have to balance between strength training, flexibility, and cardio. All have their uses, and depending on what you need, you do what you need, no pressure. You also have to find an activity that pleases you. For example, not everybody likes going to the gym and lifting weights. Find something you like. Maybe just home workouts, team sports, hiking, walking. It will depend on you. Mixing few types of physical activity seems to be the best thing to do. You don't get bored that way, and you get the best physical benefits from being very diverse. Try it out, it might work for you. When you settle down and pick up a sport or an exercise you want to do, first thing to learn, in my opinion, is proper form. Proper form will help you avoid unnecessary injuries and get more benefits from the exercises you do. It makes a big difference. Improper form might lead you to injuries. Injuries will slow you down very much, and it will slow all your progress in different fields, not only physically. Injuries might happen for many different reasons, but you have to do your best to warm up, stretch, and cool down after each session of sports, so you minimize that risk. There are many ways to learn how to do things properly when it comes to exercise. You can find content on the internet, on YouTube, for example. You can hire a personal trainer to teach you how to do things properly and how to gain the most out of your exercise. You also can use the experience of fellow gym goers or athletes. What matters in the beginning is to stay safe and not let your ego guide you. Going and following your ego might get you into more trouble and ruin your journey. Another big lesson I learned is that consistency beats intensity. It's better to work out several times a week consistently than have one big super crazy training once a month. You can spread few trainings through the week, have some cardiovascular exercise, some strength training, some resistance training, have long walks. Anything you like, just make it part of your habits. And on the long run, you will not even feel that you're forcing yourself to do something. It's just one of those activities you do every day. Like myself, you probably struggle with motivation. Staying motivated is very hard. I do struggle with that. I just force myself, take my body, even though tired or sleepy, to the gym. I have to do it. You can help yourself by having partners, people that push you, track your progress, reward yourself. Find something that pushes you forward. But it's not gonna be easy every day. And you have to stay motivated. It comes from the inside. Push yourself. It's worth the reward when things go right, believe me. When you start exercising properly and you get the habit of going to the gym or do any physical activity on a regular basis, the next more important thing is to eat properly. Your diet. We talked about my diet on the last episode, but I can't emphasize on it enough. A healthy diet is a must. And what comes with a healthy diet? It's a good recovery. Sleeping properly and resting your body after exercise is very important. You have to think about that very seriously. Getting enough sleep might be a challenge, especially if you're not used to it. But try to follow a system. I try to turn off all my electronics as early as I can. I am very much struggling with that, but it makes a big difference. The days that I turn off my phones, avoid watching screens and computers, I tend to sleep much better. it's definitely a plus. In the beginning, when my motivation was overwhelming, I had a lot of motivation, I tended to overtrain. And among my very strong motivation, I felt a kind of burnout. My body was not very strong. I tried to push it more and more and more, and it had a bit of a negative effect. It slowed me down for a bit until my coach told me, Zach, you don't need to train this hard. Things will come with time. You can't expect results to come very fast. Progress is a matter of time. It's better to invest regularly on your body, but give it enough time to recover and to replenish. And that's something that I learned and I will stick to in the future. It's also worthwhile talking about the importance of eating whole foods, foods rich in nutrients, avoiding supplements as much as possible. Of course, modern food might be poor in nutrients, and an extra supplement or two is good for you in general. But try to improve everything at the same time, even when it comes to what goes in your body. So, if you had only to watch a small portion of this video, here it is. First, you have to define why, your objective. What do you want to achieve? It's very important. You have to also to choose the right workout and exercise for yourself. Not everybody is the same. Not everybody likes the same things. Learn what you want and learn how to do it properly. Proper form is everything. It will avoid injuries and it will make you gain more benefits for the same exercise. Okay? Be consistent. Being consistent on long term beats intensity. Being intense and then collapsing will not push you forward. Fixate and focus on nutrition and recovery. Sometimes, and many times in fact, people tend to push away and not concentrate on a recovery. People tend to see, I have to do the exercise, but they forget that the body builds up after the exercise. So this is the recap for today. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time. Bye bye.